Hey guys, this is Ren's Perch. Thank you for coming back to my third video. Today we have a very special video for you guys, and it's a video from Chrissy Horton, and she's explaining to her viewers how she came to afford to live in Southern California, a very expensive borough, while raising 6 kids, having a paid off house and paid off tuition, and by the way things are sounding right now, I'm pretty sure her husband cleans and cooks and does everything wonderful too. Let's delve into it. This is a very interesting video, and I think we have some key takeaways from it.
Can someone please explain to me how these people are affording all these kids, especially those living in Southern California in this economy? This is the most common question I get on all my videos as a mom of 6 living in Southern California. I feel like most influencers aren't very honest on how they got to where they are, so I'm going to tell you everything. 1, timing was completely in our favor, and 2, of course, privilege. So both mine and my husband's parents were born and raised in Southern California. Now, both of our families did not have a lot of money, basically came from nothing. And back in the day, living inland in San Diego County wasn't that expensive. Now, a big reason we're able to afford to live here is because
That's incredible. Based on the things that I've heard so far, coming from Southern California, I know it's a very expensive place to live in. It's one of those really high-end boroughs in the US.
of when we bought our house. A big reason we were able to afford our house is because we didn't have any student loans or debt. Let me explain. Both my husband and I, not together at the time of this decision, wanted to go to large Catholic universities. Those are really expensive. My mom sat down with me, showed me the expenses, and said, look, this is what I have saved up for you. I cannot afford for you to go to Notre Dame. But if you go to a local state university, I can afford to get you through that, and you won't have to graduate with any debt. And this was similar for my husband too. But please remember, back then, a local state university was not what it is now. My tuition was $1,500.
Wait, her entire tuition was $1,500?
Not what it is now. My tuition was $1,500. My living on campus was $600 a month. Yes, this was back in 2006, so $1,500 was a little bit more back then. But that was nothing compared to...
Her entire tuition was $1,500. I don't care if it's a local school in state. You know what $1,500 gets you nowadays? A tattered used textbook. And like a month's parking permit. That's all you get. Okay, let's keep reacting.
My friends who were going to USD for $30,000 a year. Coincidentally, both my husband and I ended up going to the same local state university. And my husband lived at home the whole time he went to school. So my husband is studying to be a software engineer, gets an internship while in college, which transfers to a job immediately after graduation. That's a big stepping stone right there. So now he has a big boy job with big boy money, and he's still getting to live at home because his parents said, don't waste your money on renting, just go buy. Why don't you live here so you can save up for a down payment?
Don't waste your money on renting, just go buy. Imagine saying that to any Canadian. Why are you renting? Just buy a house. Just buy a house. Come on, idiot. Just buy a house. What, you didn't think of that? Oh, wow. Oh my god! Wow! Oh, wow. Ooh, my blood's boiling. Okay.
My husband and I have a 5-year age gap, so I'm still in school at this point. Then it's 2008 and the housing bubble pops. We're in a recession and people can't afford their mortgages, so these houses are being foreclosed on. And
They're
this is where
foreclosed and you get them cheap. Yeah, okay.
timing is everything. My husband was living at home, working his big boy job, able to save up for a house, and he was able to buy one of those foreclosed homes. But he was really smart about where to buy. We were young and in our 20s living in San Diego, California, and I was trying to convince him to live on the beach.
You hear that siren in the background? I think that's the California cops coming in to arrest her. Because what she did was robbery. That's... I'm still hung up on the $1,500. That's... Oh my god. Okay. Let's calm down. Let's not overreact during a reaction video, I know.
Or somewhere fun downtown. But him being a software engineer in the finance field was like, no, I'm going to buy in a good school district. So he does, but this house was completely dead.
You see, like, you combine good opportunity with sound financial decisions from intelligent people, and you get stories like this. This is what I preach. You do what you can, And hopefully opportunity rears its beautiful head and you get to sniff opportunity's head up.
It didn't have doors, it didn't have a furnace, it didn't have a stove, it had nothing. But he was able to afford it. He buys it, remodels it, and lo and behold, when everything picks back up, it's in a great neighborhood in one of the top rated school districts. We get married, and remember, I don't have any student loans or debt at this time.
Oh, that's a really nice wedding photo. Let me see that again. Girl,
We get married, and remember, I don't have...
You did a very good decision, girl. I'm proud. This wedding photo has the Ren's Perch seal of approval. If she ever sees this, she's like, what the f***? No one gives a
have any student loans or debt at this time either. Fast forward a few years later, we have our first baby and our happy little family in this condo, but then I get pregnant with baby number 2. It is a seller's market at this point in time. So with baby number 2 on the way, I'm thinking we might be outgrowing this condo a little bit. It might be the best time to sell and we can afford an actual house. So I'm just gonna drop some numbers for you, okay? My husband bought
$300,000 for a condo? And keep in mind, this is Southern California. Southern California. Okay. $300,000 for a cute little condo for a family of 4. You'd be lucky to get a studio for $600 in Canada. Adjusting for currency exchange and inflation, I know. Okay, alright. Okay, don't yell at me. I bet you $1,500, adjusting for inflation, still would not make any sense. That's crazy cheap.
the condo for $300,000. I want to say like 08, and we sold it for almost $600,000, and that allowed...
Okay, I see videos like this make me think that my finances are cooked. Like what am I doing? But I don't want anybody to be discouraged. See, I don't want this video to be like, it's like when you're learning how to play the guitar and then you see some sweaty 15-year-old teenager like shredding and you're like, I'm gonna quit. This kid he started a year ago and now he knows how to play better than me. I don't want this to be the takeaway from this video. What worked for them is not necessarily how your success story is gonna be, all right? Success stories come in different ways, okay? I feel like I'm talking to the camera, but I'm really just comforting myself. Okay. Preach, girl.
Us to afford the house we are in now. We bought that house 8 years ago, and in that time, our businesses have grown, and now we're able to afford a bigger piece of land, which we're building a bigger house on now. But we're only able to do that because we got to start on second base. I don't want to discard the hard work and the sacrifices and the choices that we made to get here, especially my husband. But we were given opportunities that not many others are given. So keep this in mind next time you're scrolling social media and you think, why can I do that? You don't know everyone's stories. You don't know the advantages they were given, the opportunities they were given, the choices they made. We all have different journeys. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison is the thief of joy. That explains why I feel no joy right now. Okay. Aside from being pathetic and just all around cringeworthy, I think there's some very, very, very important takeaways from here. You gotta respect her, alright? The hustle, her husband's hustle, great. The DIY effort, top notch. They bought a house, $300,000. Imagine buying a $300,000 anything without a door or a furnace, and you think, I'm going to put more money into it to make it at least livable, right? I guarantee you there were better options out there. But they chose, you know what? No. We're going to look location, location, location. Good neighborhood, good local schools. They found a house, and it was the most cooked house, apparently. They made it work, all right? $300,000, and they put in more money into it. They made it work for themselves. That's amazing. Oh my God. Good for you. $1,500 is like my share of rent in downtown Victoria. All the way downtown, baby. I don't mess around. If I'm not walking in the streets while looking at needles everywhere, I'm not happy. And just to give you an idea about how much $1,500 back in 2006 would be in nowadays money, let's put it into an inflation calculator. Okay, so we have an inflation calculator over here, and we're going to put in the numbers, and we got 2,374.12 cents. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of a difference, does it? Some people, they just like win the life lottery, right? I mean, they inherit money, stumble into a perfect job, or I don't know, accidentally go viral for like sneezing in a funny way. The rest of us, we're out here grinding, drinking way too much coffee, and wondering why adulting wasn't like an actual school subject. Like, I don't know why I had to learn how to invest my money through just raw experience. I think this should have been covered in school. Anyways. I mean, like, so we budget, we sacrifice, we sit here, like, staring at a spreadsheet, trying to convince ourselves that eating air is a viable option. And yet, like, Jeff Bezos just wakes up richer for existing. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's just, life is not fair, okay? But here's the thing. It's not just about luck. It's about, like, showing up even when you don't feel like it. Even when you're exhausted, even when your bank is basically a horror movie and you're afraid of numbers and you don't even want to look at your bank account and you have this anxiety behind even checking your bank account. Just the mere sight of your bank app on your phone and you scroll past it gives you shivers, right? Because that dream, the one you have, it's still possible. It just might take longer. And like some side hustles and a few breakdowns, but hey, progress is progress, right? Thing is, you don't always see growth happening, but it's there, just like a flower or a tree. It's growing, it's there. It's absorbing nutrients. And yeah, luck, it's a thing. Some people roll a perfect 6 and others, well, we roll a 2 and have to fight our way through, alright? It's fine, everything is fine. But here's the thing, the ones who keep trying, they find a way, they adapt, they become stronger, they sharpen their skills, they take the fight. So be the hunter, not the hunted, keep moving, keep growing, keep rolling the dice. And when the moment comes, swoop in and take what's yours. Alright, let me know in the comments. Do you think you can buy a house for $300,000 with no front door, stove, or anything that makes it livable at all? Or are you still shocked at the fact that she paid for tuition for $1,500? Leave it in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Don't forget to hit that bell button. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.